Hello everybody, this is a review of a Shengshou ball 2x2. So, many people, when you hand them this cube, they don't even understand how it really works. They just see the big circles on each side and they don't really know what to do with it. So, how this cube really works is you can make regular 2x2 turns, and you can solve it like a regular 2x2 if you want. But once you do that, you can also make twists on the faces like this. So it just kind of adds a bit of an extra challenge, and it is solved when the circle on each face is the same color as the rest of the pieces. Now, I was expecting more of a challenge of this cube, but it actually turned out to be really easy. It took me like maybe 5 minutes to solve the first time, which it was kind of disappointing because I was expecting more of a challenge. Now, the turning of this cube, it's really smooth, but it has kind of a sluggish feeling to it, almost like you can't. It's not like really fast, but it's really controllable, I guess you could say. It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. The turning of these inner centers, some of the sides are easier than others, and some of the sides can be a little bit stiff, especially when they get all mixed up. But there's nothing to really complain about because nobody's really speed solving these types of cubes. Not too many people really even have them. Which is why I mainly put out a review of this in the first place, because I didn't see that there was too many of them. Okay, so yeah, the turning is pretty good for this cube. The corner cut of this cube is actually kind of impressed me in a way. Like, let's try about here. Yeah, they cut straight through that. That's almost a full piece, and this is for like a Shengshou ball 2x2, which is kind of actually surprising how well this cube can cut when tensioned properly, of course. The colors of this cube doesn't have stickers on it. It's like the colored plastic. So the green I think is a bit dark. It looks brighter in real life than it does in camera, but either way it's still a bit dark. The blue also a bit dark. It's very distinguishable between blue to green. I guess it would have to be because these are permanent colors. But still, they're both a bit dark for my taste. The orange, I think, is nice and bright. The orange I have no problems with. It's really easy to distinguish from the red. The orange and the red are probably the best two colors on here, because the red is a really nice, deep, dark red, and the orange is really bright. The white and yellow, they're pretty standard, white and yellow. They're easy to distinguish from each other, obviously. It'd be kind of weird if they weren't. So the colors in this cube are mainly pretty nice, but just brighter shades would be okay, but I'm not going to complain because there's nothing you can really do about it anyways. So I'm just going to kind of mix this up just to show you what it looks like. It's going to kind of take a minute because, as you can see, sometimes you go to turn and a layer like maybe back here will be misaligned. So when you go to turn, you can't figure out why it's not turning. You have to look for the layer that's misaligned. And that can get more difficult as like the mixing up gets like progressed. Another thing to note, when you're trying to turn these layers, if they're not aligned, it starts to like go over, and I'm not sure what would happen. Maybe it would pop or something. I'm not too sure. So just once again, be careful. If it's not perfectly lined up, you're gonna have some issues when you're turning this. But this is what it looks like when it's scrambled up. It looks pretty cool, and that's kind of one reason why I like this puzzle. It looks really cool when it's mixed up, and I think it's kind of fun to solve. So one more problem with this cube: these little centerpieces, like they're not like connected by mechanism, they're like glued down, these little centerpieces. So I've had it happen like a couple times where I drop it or something, and one of these pieces comes out, and there's no way to snap it back in but to crazy glue it back in. So that's not as much of a problem as it is more of a complaint. So overall, I think this cube is kind of fun. It's only like $10 at cubemart, so I would suggest you go buy this. Not too many people have them. It's kind of a unique puzzle to show people. And that is my review on the Shengshou ball 2x2. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I have lots of reviews coming out, and a couple unboxings soon. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.